Ciao, what's going on? Okay, so the influencer Raymonte and Cardi B were going back and forth on Twitter. Let's get into it. Okay, so it all started when this video of his went viral on Twitter, of him talking about how his frustrations of people calling him ghetto and basically using Cardi as an example of how, like, okay, Cardi is ghettoer than me, but she gets all of the brand deals and she gets, universally accepted. I'm paraphrasing, of course, and I will be paraphrasing all these tweets because they was sending paragraphs and essays to each other, girl. So I'll just let y'all know. Basically, in a nutshell, he says it's the direct result of colorism. Cardi B can act as ghetto as she wants to because she's a non-black woman, while actual black people will get ostracized for doing it. Cardi made a response. Okay, this is what she said. You can pause to read, but basically she says that, when I first came out, I was always given the label ghetto. She even says to this day, people call me loud and ghetto and a hood rat or whatever the case is. I don't be hearing it, but okay, that's what she said. I'm not going to invalidate her feelings. She basically said, just leave me out the bullcrap, okay? Leave me out of it, okay? Because people call me ghetto too. Now, Raymonte responded, okay? And he basically said, I'm not saying that you don't deserve the accolades that you've received. It's the simple fact that if a darker skinned person were to act and do the same thing as you, they wouldn't get as much accolades and coverage in media. He brought up the fact that people like Sukihana, Sexy Red, the City Girls, they that's part of their brand, being ghetto or whatever, and they're not as half as marketable as you are. Cardi B responded and said, that's not what you said, and that you're moving the goalposts, okay? Goes on to say that she took those no's and recognized that she had to change, and that she has changed the way she talked and the way that she acts and responds to certain situations. And I'm not trying to sound absurd, but I'm just like, where have you been doing this? Because you've been acting the same since 2018. But I digress. Also goes on to say that Sexy Red is making bangers and is on tour with Drake and is having the best career of her life right now. And, at the end of it, Raymonte basically said that all I was trying to say was that being ghetto or getting called ghetto doesn't hinder her career. And he brought up the whole Essence article because this is really where it came from. It came from this Essence article that was written about him on how, he didn't get the sponsors. And many people were saying it's because he's ghetto and not marketable. So that's why he brought up Cardi, because Cardi is ghetto, but she's marketable. So I think that's what he was trying to say. And then Cardi made her response, calling herself trying to give him advice. Okay. She said that it takes time. Brings up the fact that back in the day, she used to get $200 to post about Fashion Nova. Now she has $5 million campaigns. Basically telling him to be patient and be humble. Okay. Here's my thing. Could Raymonte have not used Cardi's name in the comparison? It's okay, sure. But at the end of the day, did he lie? No. This is almost like the same conversation of when that time people were calling it ghetto and atrocious that black women wore like braids, and Kim Kardashian will sit there and wear some cornrows, and it's like, oh my goodness, it's fashion, it's a new level. So I think that's what he was trying to say here. There's also another layer when we get into the whole Essence conversation, because yes, it may appear that his, the way he acts or whatever the case, he's ghetto, this, that, and the third, could be hindering him from getting these sponsor deals. But we're also negating the fact that he's also an openly queer man. And in black spaces, in black publications, it's just not a lot of us there. I remember way back when Lil Nas X did that BET performance and he gave like that surprise kiss to one of his dancers. They said BET wasn't happy about that and he hasn't been on there since. Okay, like it's just that space does not accept a lot of us. So I think that's another layer in the conversation as well. Tell me what y'all think in the comments, child.